Come on, McLaren.
Clear right. You've used half your fuel.
Oh, what a battle. What a battle these guys are giving me. What's up? I'm Jack. Today we're sim racing and we're going to be driving Rexy today. In a race at VIR, we're going to be talking about some of the things that AMS2 does so well. So let's get right into it. I'm really hoping by the end of March, I have a goal. I really would love and appreciate to get to 500 subscribers by the end of March. I'm going to be posting weekly videos. We'll see if we can get there. So I greatly appreciate if you could subscribe. Let's get into it. AMS2, VIR, Porsche GT3. All right, let's take a look at our boy Rexy right here. So this is one of the things that AMS2 does so well to a standard that no other sim matches. And it's the level of detail in a lot of the things just surrounding the race. So I was watching one of Jake from GP Laps, one of his videos, incredible YouTube channel. He goes through in a lot of his videos, he talks about different tracks, the whole history of the track and everything like that. And I remember one time he was playing AMS2 and he was at Road America and he recognized that there was a railroad track driving by in AMS2. And he mentioned that in all his time playing it Road America and all different sims, he never once knew that there was a railroad track by the racetrack. And he learned that because that detail was added in AMS2, but it's not in any other racing sim. And it's the little things like that that make AMS2 feel so immersive. And I bring that up here when we look at Rexy. So this level of detail is for people that are really nerdy and really just care about this type of stuff. Let's go into drone mode. Rexy is a car from the IMSA series. The team is called AO Racing. There we go. We can zoom in a little bit. All right. So here's one thing I want us to notice as we look at Rexy right here is look at the back where it says GT3R, but it says roar, like a dinosaur roaring. Small little detail there. None of the other GT3 cars obviously have that, but it's added here to Rexy. Just a small little detail that only people who really keep up with IMSA would notice. We got the dinosaur livery just like here on my shirt. That stuff is all cool and well and good, but here's where it goes to the next level. I also love in AMS2 how the light on the number panel lights up for the night races at Daytona and stuff like that. It looks really cool there. But let's get to the front of the car. We're going to see what we're talking about here. So when Rexy wins races in real life, they do something special. The AO Racing team does something really special, which is they give a gold tooth to our boy Rexy here. And so last season, Rexy actually won the championship. And it won the championship, and it won 3 races, I believe, in the series. And here we have 1, 2, and then a third gold tooth here, just like in real life. The fact that they added such a small detail right there, the gold teeth, but then I guess as the season progressed, they did add the gold teeth, which is really cool that they would go in and add such a small detail that only people who keep up with IMSA would notice. And speaking of IMSA, if you've never been to an IMSA race, it is so worth it. I went to a race at Watkins Glen, and the value for money, it's not super expensive to go to the races, and you get an entire race weekend of watching MX5 Cups, watching Super Trofeo, Lambos, Porsches, and then obviously the main event. There's the touring car GT4 series, some prototypes, and you can go in the garages and like talk to people while they're working on the cars. It's crazy. Crazy value for money. Now, the reason I decided to run GT3 is because I've made a couple videos somewhat recently talking about AMS2, and I've had a few people comment, hey, if you haven't tried the GT3, if you haven't tried the GT3s recently, you need to try them. They've improved a lot even since the 1.6 update. And so here we are. We're trying them out because people have told me they've improved even after 1.6.
Need to stay out of trouble.
Yeah, so we're doing the full warm-up lap here. Yeah, so like I was saying, I feel like the GT3s, even right after the 1.6 update, so the last time I drove them was almost immediately the first video I made the week of the 1.6 update, and I have not touched the GT3s since then. I drove the Lambo yesterday, and I will admit it felt better than I remembered the GT3s feeling. Absolutely. Still a little bit slidey, but it felt better than I remember the GT3s feeling. But I still think the whole atmosphere surrounding the race is done better in AMS2 than any other game. It feels like you're there. It feels like you're in the race, in an event. Alright, wish me luck. 15 minutes, VIR. This race, when they race here in IMSA, they only race with the GT3 cars. They don't do multi-class. They don't do the full multi-class like they did at the Daytona and some of the other tracks. But I love this track. Let's see if we can make a move up the outside there. Yes, sir. Yeah, car definitely still feels a tiny bit slidey. I do like that the car's moving under the brakes a little bit now, which is a problem I felt like AMS2 had in the past, which was not just feeling dead under braking. Oh, we didn't start P20. We started P8. Okay. Yeah, so the cars previously, back in old versions of the game, felt pretty dead under braking, and here it feels like you have to pay attention to what you're doing going into a braking zone. The car moves around, which is one of the features of AMS1 that makes AMS1 stand out to me, is how good it feels under braking. It's a little bit harder to judge it in a car like this that has ABS, but I think you can still judge it a little bit.
James, the gap is 0.5.
The cars have rain lights on. I don't. Maybe part of the track is wet. Oh. Got these two McLarens in front. But it's also amazing, like, I have a decent PC, but it's not the most top-notch, high-spec PC. I'm running a 3060 graphics card, I believe, and it's an old workstation computer that I actually found on the side of the road for free and got it running. So this is not like a beast of a PC, but I'm locked in at the frame rate limit that I put it at, which is 120. It has not dipped below 120 once in frames per second.
The car in front of us is now James.
With 41 cars on track, which is so sick.
Make him do all the work. Focus on your exits.
I just think VIR is such an intense track. Tough one to pass. Definitely not going to make a move there through the high-speed corner, but maybe coming up here to Oak Tree. Audi sniffing my rear end a little bit. The AI, I feel like the AI in AMS2 is getting to the point where it's becoming some of the best AI in sim racing as well. You know what, during practice I think the track was a little bit damp. Maybe that led to the slidiness. It doesn't feel too slidey right now.
The leader has just done a 145.
Watching these two McLarens kind of defend each other, it definitely does not look like robotic AI that you see in some other games. And the orange one makes a move there. Got the pass done. And then we see smoke from a lockup from that BMW, and then the BMW's off the track. Okay, we got some really interesting stuff from the AI. Making a few mistakes, making some passes. I love that.
On your right. Right side's clear.
I love seeing the AI
Your front brakes are getting pretty hot.
just seem a little more human. It makes the race feel that much more real. Wonder if we can set up for... Oh, I messed that up. I was trying to set up for a really good exit. And I did not. I failed. "10 minutes.
Okay, Jack, keep it nice and smooth. Come on, let the race come to us. You've got 10 minutes left, 10 minutes to go.
Thank you for the encouragement, crew chief. There's certain sections that I'm absolutely not as fast as the AI, and that's one of them.
Car right.
Oh, and the Audi making a move on me.
That's a new fastest lap.
Also, good to see that right there, too. I love AI racing. I love driving.
E9, that was a 146.
Oh my gosh. I do some league racing on ACC, but when I hop onto AMS2 and some other sims, 90% of what actually almost 100% of what I'm doing is racing against the AI. It's just simple for me with the amount of time I have. I don't want to be waiting for a lobby. It's just what I enjoy. I know some people live for online racing. I have a community of guys that I race with every Sunday, and it's the same group of guys every Sunday, and it's really fun to get to know them. That's my style of online racing. If I'm playing by myself, then I'm playing against the AI. And that's why I had that whole video series analyzing what's the best single player racing experience. Man, every time I log back into AMS2, it just reminds me of how good of an experience it is. There are still just some aspects of the driving and the physics that I don't 100% love. The tires don't feel like they're grabbing or gripping into the pavement. I feel like I'm kind of like sliding across the pavement. I know I said it's less slidey than I was thinking, but there's still just a slidiness to it. I don't drive it and immediately... I don't drive AMS2 and immediately think to myself... Let me let crew chief finish talking. I don't immediately think to myself like, wow, this is 100% intuitive and exactly how I imagined the cars to feel. There are cars like that in AMS2. GT3 is definitely not one of them. But I feel like every update it's getting closer and closer and closer. Yeah, so like I said, the reason I'm driving AMS2 and the GT3s today is because I made the comment that the GT3s are not the best cars in AMS2. some people told me I need to try them, that even after the subsequent updates that came after 1.6, that the GT3s improved from there. I do think that's true. I still don't think they're perfect. But a lot of those updates, I read through the description of what was in the updates, and you know, there was the update that focused on the karts and some other tire stuff. Oh, we're going to be kind of backed up here. Can we make a move on the Audi? Oh, little contact.
Still there.
Everybody's okay?
Nice,
and we're still going?
Nice car left.
Oh, and I'm going to...
You're taking a tiny bit of bodywork damage, but you
I
won't
know.
feel it.
I know. Just a little bumper. Fender bender. What was I saying? Yeah, there were various updates that mention things like tires and some other stuff, and it feels improved, but I still don't feel like these cars are perfect. I think the biggest thing is how slippy they feel, and then the traction control and ABS. I will say they do feel, the GT3s feel significantly better under braking than they had previously felt.
The gap in front is now 0.5.
More alive under braking, which is great. Alright, I feel like I've talked about that enough. I'm kind of repeating myself, so let's just kind of focus on seeing if we can make a pass or two, or maybe all three of these before the end of the race. Gonna take a lot of curb there. And what else? The last thing I'll say about AMS2 is... Oh, good exit there. The last thing I'll say about AMS2 is whether the cars feel 100% like the most realistic racing sim experience or not, the overall single player experience
Car right.
does feel absolutely elite.
Clear right, car right.
And exciting.
Still there.
Come on, McLaren.
Clear right. You've used half your fuel.
Oh, what a battle. What a battle these guys are giving me. And that's my point right there. Like, if you've played AC1 for any significant amount of time and you've tried to do AI races, the AI will not battle you. You look to make a move and the AI will just kind of give you the space, or it'll do stupid things and crash you out. This AI is
Jack.
battling with some intelligence. I mean, if you watch this race and I told you I was racing other humans, I think there's a chance I could convince you of that. Maybe not someone that's paying really, really super close attention, but with the way... Oh my gosh! With the way these McLarens and this Audi in front have been battling this whole race.
Right side.
Oh my gosh, and that Corvette
Right
feels like it came out of nowhere.
Get this guy, don't give up, keep him under pressure.
Did those two Corvettes just come out of nowhere? Down to P10. Whatever happens in these last 3 minutes.
Left side.
This has been an exciting race. There's been a lot of action in that turn.
Clear left. Left side.
Oh, I got really nervous about that Corvette that was on my left side. Didn't want to force him off the road. I was probably a little bit too safe with him. Now we got the Mercedes coming at me. I mean, this is incredible racing.
4 laps of fuel left. 10th position. Sectors 2 and 3 are 1.2 off the pace. Sector 1 is 0.4 off the pace.
I am getting a bit sweaty. What a race.
Just 2 minutes left, 2 minutes to go.
And VIR is a challenging track to pass at. And I feel like in most other sims, this would just be... Oh! Sorry, buddy. This would be the AI forming a line, forming a train.
We've seen a little bit of bodywork damage there.
And that would be the entire race. Not here in AMS2.
On your left.
I've kind of lost
Hold your line.
my momentum driving.
Still clear left. Left side.
Alright, let's see if we can hold
Clear
off
left.
this Merc. Much better. No! No!
Clear right.
No!
Just got out of track limits.
Oh my gosh, that was a very unsafe rejoin.
On your right. Right side's clear.
Oh my gosh.
Car right.
I literally feel like every video I make...
Clear right. We estimate 3 laps.
Oh my gosh. Now I'm driving dangerously.
Still there.
I feel like every video I make, it's
Still
like
there.
1 lap left, and I just have a huge
Still there.
mistake.
Clear left. The next car is Wallace. Left, clear left.
Okay, I got one more force feedback complaint about AMS2. This is gonna sound really weird, but I was driving Forza Motorsports earlier today. Kind of like retesting. I hadn't played it almost since Forza's launch. And kind of retesting how that game feels. I'm not gonna lie, doesn't feel as bad as I thought it would. As I remembered it feeling. Oh my gosh.
Car left. He's still there.
It doesn't feel...
Still clear left.
Oh, okay. And that is... That is the classic Jack Craters. Completely botching the race with 2 laps left. It's every time. It is so outrageous. And what's crazy, I'm getting so sidetracked right now. What's crazy is that's what happens in my racing league too. Is
Brake temps are good.
I'll be, you know, P3 on for a podium, finish in my league races, and with like 2 laps left, I do something so dumb, like where I just touch the grass a little bit. Okay, back to what I was saying about Forza. So, I was playing Forza earlier today, and its force feedback does a lot of things really well. It's got a lot of settings you have to fiddle with, which is annoying.
Only 2 laps of fuel left. 1 more lap to go.
But one of the things I desperately wish AMS2 had in its force feedback is the feeling of understeer. I don't know if there's any custom force feedback files that would give me that a little more. I'm currently on the default plus, but I really can't feel when I'm abusing the front tires.
Lehman is reeling you in. The gap's now 3.1.
I can really feel what's happening on the rear end. I really cannot feel when I'm oversteering. I'm just kind of trying to use audio and visual perception. So, just a small thing. Like there, I feel like I'm like abusing the front tires through there. But I don't know, I can't feel the understeer. Well, that went from a really exciting race to a less than good race pretty quickly. Let's drive this thing home. And there, I just feel like I'm sliding through all the corners. Just powering powering the rear end around.
P32, that's the end of the race.
P32. Unbelievable. Fun race though. I mean, amazing battling from the AI until I had that kind of brain lapse and just went wide into the grass. That's also one of the reasons why I love VIR though. It's unforgiving in that way where, you know, if you do go off, I enjoy these tracks where it's nothing but grass on the outside. And you get a little more punished for making mistakes like that. Really fun race though. And that's what AMS2 does so well. Just an immersive race with the AI. Might not be the best physics in the world. They're getting really, really good physics-wise, but it's not perfect. But still, this game is so good. It's so good. If they just fixed a couple small things with the driving, I don't know that I would need any other racing sim. All right, that's all. That's enough of me singing AMS2's praises. I hope you enjoyed that race until I messed it up at the end. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.